I leave the porch light on past midnight still. Keep your favorite coffee on the windowsill. Saved your contact at the top of everything, waiting on the notification that you'd bring. Told myself you just need time and space. Told myself you're finding back your way in grace. Every footstep on the stair makes my heart rise, waiting for your return in disguise. Waiting for your return. Every passing season I'm still here to learn if coming back was ever in your plan. Waiting for your return, keeping every candle and every bridge unburned, holding on to everything I can. Window facing the direction that you left, waiting for your return with every breath. I rehearse the speech I give if you came through. Every version starts and ends with missing you. Keep the spare key underneath the same old stone, waiting for the sound of you coming home. Told myself that love this real comes back around. Told myself that what was lost can still be found. Every car that slows outside my door, waiting for your return the way I did before. Every passing season I'm still here to learn if coming back was ever in your plan. Waiting for your return, keeping every candle and every bridge unburned, holding on to everything I can. Window facing the direction that you left, waiting for your return. With every breath, waiting is its own kind of loving. Staying is its own kind of trusting. But waiting without knowing has a deadline. Holding on forever isn't holding, it's just mine. Maybe you're not coming back this time. Maybe waiting was just loving in disguise. Waited long enough to know one thing is true. The return I needed most was returning to me, not you. First week felt like we'd known each other years. Skipped the small talk, went straight to our fears. Said the things that usually take a year to say. Fell in love before we learned each other's ways. Everybody saw the speed and warned us slow. Told us fast beginnings have the hardest lows. We laughed them off and loved a little louder. Didn't know that fast would make the fall feel prouder. We fell fast and broke hard. No soft landing, no mercy, no God. Zero to everything and everything to none. We fell fast and broke hard. fell fast and broke hard together. Moved too quick through all the stages. Skipped the chapters, rushed the pages. Mistook intensity for something deep. Planted roots in ground too soft to keep. Everybody saw the cracks before we did. Told us slow down, we just raised the bid. We doubled down and loved a little faster. Didn't know the speed was building our disaster. We fell fast and broke hard. No soft landing, no mercy, no God. Zero to everything and everything to none. We fell fast and broke hard. Up like sprinters, burn like shooting stars. Brilliant for a moment, then suddenly done. Fast enough to feel like it will last forever. We fell fast and broke hard together. Fast love isn't shallow, it just burns the fuel. Breaks the kind of heart that makes you feel the fool. We were real inside the rush, real inside the race. Just ran out of road before we found our pace. Still feel the whiplash of how fast it came. Still feel the impact every time it rains. We fell fast and broke hard, both are true. Fastest I've ever fallen was falling into you. We knew the timing wasn't right from the start. Wrong season, wrong reason, right person, wrong part. Went ahead and loved each other anyway. Beautiful mistake we made in the best possible way. Everybody saw it coming from outside. Warned us both, but we had nowhere left to hide. Logic said walk away before it hurts. Beautiful mistakes don't care about the alerts. A beautiful mistake, the best wrong turn that either one could take. Shouldn't have happened, but it felt so right. A beautiful mistake, worth every consequence and heartache, worth every complicated morning and night. Wouldn't trade a single moment we misread. A beautiful mistake is everything I need. We colored outside every line we drew. Broke our own rules, falling into you. Called it complicated, called it unwise. Called it everything but what it was inside. Everybody had an opinion on our choice. Said we regretted in a loud collective voice. Instinct said to stay longer than we should. Beautiful mistakes are misunderstood. Our beautiful mistake, the best wrong turn that either one could take. Shouldn't have happened, but it felt so right. Our beautiful mistake, worth every consequence and heartache, worth beautiful disasters are the unplanned ones that stand. Still grateful for the wrong that felt so right. Still holding our beautiful mistake up to the light. They called it a mistake, maybe that was true. But our most beautiful one was me choosing you. We carved our names like they were meant to stay. Pressed so deep we thought they'd never fade away. Wrote each other into everything we owned. Didn't think that ink could bleed until it's gone. First the edges softened, then the letters thinned. Then the whole inscription lost the life within. Didn't happen overnight, it took its time. Ink fading from our names, one careful line. Ink fading from our names. Love losing all its color in the frames. What was permanent is barely there to read. Ink fading from our names. Nobody lit the match, nobody fed the flames. Just the slow erosion of a love that used to lead. We wrote ourselves in permanent believing. Ink fading from our names while we were grieving. Try to trace the letters back to bold. Press my finger where our story used to hold. But you can't restore the ink once it's run dry. Can't rewrite the names that learned to say goodbye. First the passion softened, then the meaning thinned. And the whole inscription lost the place it'd been. Didn't hurt in one big moment or one crime. Just ink fading from our names over time. Ink fading from our names. Love losing all its color in the frames. What was permanent is barely there to read. Ink fading from our names. Nobody lit the match, nobody fed the flames. Just the slow erosion of a love that used to lead. We wrote ourselves in permanent believing. Ink fading from our names while we were grieving. Permanent was never really permanent at all. Just the boldest version before the gradual fall. We wrote in ink but lived in pencil after all. Ink fading from our names was on the wall. Still see the ghost of where our names were pressed. Still feel the outline on my chest. Ink fading from our names didn't erase the truth. Just prove that nothing written lasts without the two. I found our story scribbled in the white space, little notes we left between the lines we trace, doodles in the borders, dates we didn't plan, margins full of everything we almost understand. Nobody reads the margins, they read the page, but we wrote our whole life in the edges of the age. Every tiny note a moment caught in passing, every little margin mark outlasting. Margins full of memories, all the small print of our love's history, written in the spaces nobody else would find. Margins full of memories, more important than the text between the seams. All the little things we left behind. The headline of our stories has long been read, but the margins full of memories live instead. Your handwriting still curling at the side, small reminders that our story didn't hide. Question marks and arrows inside jokes in ink, margins holding more than people think. Nobody frames the margins, they frame the art, but we live the whole of story in the margins of the heart. Every scribble feeling, every afterthought, every little margin was the most we ever got. Margins full of memories, all the small print of our love's history, written in the spaces nobody else would find. Margins full of memories, more important than the text between the seams. All the little things we left behind. The headline of our stories has long been read, but the margins full of memories live instead. The main text fades, but margins stay forever. Ink pressed deep into the page together. What we wrote between the lines outlived the chapter. Margins held the love long after. Still find your handwriting in the white space, still feel the margins of our every place. The story ended, but the margins still remain, full of every memory I wouldn't trade for anything. I've been rereading everything we wrote, every underlined moment, every dog-eared hope. Flipping back through seasons we called ours, through the late night chapters and the early morning hours. Every story reaches where the page is thin, where the words run out no matter how you've been. Could feel the ending coming in the way you paused. The last page of us was already the cause. The last page of us, all that beautiful story turned to dust. Two people who wrote everything they had. Page of us wasn't villains, wasn't anger, wasn't fuss, just the quietest ending, good, gone, sad. Read it back 1,000 times to find another way. The last page of us was always the same. Tried to stretch the final chapter out, added extra words to cancel out the doubt. But even the best stories find their close. The last page of us was one nobody chose. But every book arrives with margins end, when no revision brings the story back again. Could feel the period forming in your eyes. The last page of us was our last sunrise. The last page of us, all that beautiful story turned to dust. Two people who wrote everything they had. The last page of us wasn't villains, wasn't anger, wasn't fuss, just the quietest ending, good, gone, sad. Read it back 1,000 times to find another way. The last page of us was always the same. Last pages don't erase the whole entire book, don't undo the story everywhere you look. We wrote something real across 100 seas. The last page just closed what all the middle means. Setting down a book, but keeping what we wrote. Every word between us still deserves a quote. The last page of us was hard to read, but the story we wrote together was everything